Welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, it's part of the show. Didn't they teach you to reach for the stars while opening up the bars and keeping you chained down with mortgage bills and cars? Vaccines for your arms, kids sounding like supercharged, caffeinated hate-filled scars and rage-quit repertoires. No answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even yours. Imposter truths like impeccable retards, lined up for your serving of Gish Galloping wars. No remedy can't save the lost, in love with the yarn. I'm tired of walking into refracted shards, poor science displayed by disgusting bards. Soaked in sin with your dupe is delight in a new hand of cards. Been so long, seems like for love I'm just too hard, I'm just too hard, that's it. Welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know. Intoxicated 8 makes you believe you're spinning in space while you have no shame or grace. It's a disdainful state I used to contemplate how to save myself from my own self-hate. Wonder why I was even made with a dreadful fate, forced to try and awake with a full plate, no one to help me stay awake or educate. I've had to liberate and fight through hidden gates, but my brother, heaven could never be late, and rockets don't work in space. It's all fake, the show is on Mars, it's a joke, but you're too far gone, it won't be long. Fepe's beak is strong. We have our song and we march along like streams of knowledge leading to God's holy pond, and lives of truth that hits the bong and sings the song, turns mankind from the wrong. We come in peace with a holy gown and all of us wearing our holy crowns. Said the earth is flat and we probably just won't get along, just to go along. I said, welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know.
You're flying flat, level. The flight was in the daytime from what I can understand. So for the record, if I'm flying along at 41,000 feet, as these pilots were, usually you're going to have a pretty clear sight of the horizon. But if all your instruments went completely black, assuming that your engines were still running, there's no reason ever to nose the plane over. You're flying flat, level. The flight was in the daytime from... You're flying flat, level. You're flying flat, level. For the record, if I'm flying along at 41,000 feet, as these pilots were, usually you're going to have a pretty clear sight of the horizon. And if you're flying flat, level, the flight...
There's no reason ever to nose the plane over. You're flying flat, level.
I was reading a lot of stuff on the flat Earth.
Okay, yeah. True.
That's true?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, cool. Alright, God bless.
How long have you been flying for?
Like
but 21 years, but maybe like 30 something.
I want to know, because they say the pilots know a lot. Do you think the Earth is flat, or
I know it's flat.
you know it's flat?
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
No.
No? What did you see while we were up there?
This is the blue sky, white clouds,
Yeah, is it flat or
pretty flat.
pretty flat?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Brother.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature, no.
No, there's no curvature?
It's just all flat.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I've been flying,
Yep.
and I've come to the conclusion
Yeah.
there's no curvature. I never allow for curvature. There's no way there's curvature. We're round and flat, aren't we?
Yeah.
We are, aren't we?
Flat as
Thank
pancake,
you.
right? Flat as pancake.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. We have here Matthew Hakim. How are you, Matthew?
I'm feeling good, Eddie. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. Shout out, we got quite a few people here with us today in the chat. Flat Earth Reconnaissance, Eldon
Nice.
Bean, Flat Earth Patriot, Osbo Spirit, Frank Jumper, Iron Horse. What's
Nice.
going on, mate? How are you, mate? Derek presents Biblical Theology. Anlene, yes, Anlene, let's pray for the people being flooded. There's a lot of flooding going on in the world, this weekend. Dawn, how are you, Dawn? And some people here, I can't read the name, I'm starting to have to need
Corpus
to wear glasses,
Fermenticum?
man. Yeah. So Mike 1986, dude, all right.
That's my brother
Thanks,
Mike. Yeah, that's my brother
oh,
Mike. 1986. Mike 1986. God bless.
All right. So,
Nice.
yes, everyone here. Okay, we're gonna talk about this stuff about this rising Earth today. We're gonna talk about the little thing, about all that stuff. So don't let me forget. So, guys, welcome to the show today. We have Matthew here. I wanna finish my presentation. Last week, I present about the circling sun. I just want to go over some other points that were left out from last week, and then Matthew will have his half of the show, so he's gonna bring some stuff also. All right, so let's go ahead and get going. So I don't know where these people think. I have been a biblical flat earther from the very, very, very beginning. I'm a Christian. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament show his handiwork. I don't know if these people haven't read this passage, because somehow they say, oh, you're being exposed because I believe the biblical model. It was never hidden, I never hid this from anybody. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I did kind of talk to this pilot about it was before COVID. I thought it was 3 years ago, but I think it was 2020 or 2019. And yeah, Earth is flat. He flies over a flat and level Earth. He doesn't need to nose it over because there's no curvature. So from last week, guys, we were talking about the Mount Meru and the center where the magnetic, all the compasses point to the center. and we live around this area. Okay, we have the mountain in the middle, or magnetic center, whatever you want to call, and we live around this area. All right, you go 360 degrees around, and using your compass, that's how you navigate. You have to have a compass to navigate the flat Earth. And I don't need to display any continents here. I know I live right here, 135, 137, and 40 something. So I'm right here in Japan.
So
We
you're
don't
more
even need.
north. You're more north
Yeah,
than
yeah,
where I
yes,
am.
yes, yes,
I'm
I
at like
am.
30. I'm at 33.8, I think,
Yeah,
north latitude.
Southern California. So I'm 40, almost 45, I think, north. So I can see Polaris
That's
from
cold
here.
where you live. So where you live, it's very cold.
Yeah, it's getting chilly now. It's weather is fall. We are feeling the leaves are changing colors, and yeah, it's pretty nice here.
It's comparable to like Washington State or like New York State.
I think so. I think New York, more like New York. Yeah. All right. So this is what we talk about. We live around this mountain. Okay. Everywhere you go, 360 degrees, the longitude lines. We live around this mountain. That's where we are. You know, and the sun circles around this mountain. Okay. So this is the North Pole right there. When I'm in Rio, in Brazil, my compass points to the center. When I visited New Zealand, I brought my compass. The same thing; it points to the center. Whether you are in Australia, South Africa, or Asia, it will always point in the center. And we live spread out this area here, out around this area. All right. So this is what part of what I was presenting last week. We'll touch a little bit because Nachi, I think he follows the Vedic astrological system, the Indian. So, and I pointed out to him, like as the stars rotate, the sun rotates along them, but it lags behind, falls behind every month to the constellation behind it. Right now, it's in Libra, right? Because you exit Virgo and it's in Libra right now. Next month will be in Scorpio. So I
Yes, what
decided
that
to
is.
bring a, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
What that is every night the celestial disk does a regression of 1 degree. So it's like perfectly timed by God that way. So that after one
exactly,
year it goes back to the same spot. It's
exactly.
very interesting.
So I'm not advocating any kind of any sort of astrology in any sort of form. I'm just demonstrating what they believe. Okay, so Vedic astrology, your star sign is assigned to you based on the position of the sun in the eclipse at the time you were born. The sun is passing through the constellation of Aries. We can say the sun is in the house of Aries, or the sun has entered Aries, or the sun is visiting Aries. In Brazil, they just say like the sun is in Aries. But I noticed as I was researching this Vedic astrology, they use a lot like the sun is in the house of Aries. You know,
Yeah.
other people
Yeah.
say now has entered. I don't know how would you say in the U.S.
Well, it's just called the zodiac. And I think you were saying you are an Aries, right, Eddie?
I am Aries, but I'm saying like
Hey,
when they
Eddie,
say that.
I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus, and I get along with Aries people pretty well.
All right,
But yeah, in the United States, we just call it the zodiac. But what I understand, it's actually more closely related to the six portals of the sun that are in the east and west. And what that is, it's 6 months out and 6 months in. That's what the zodiac represents. It's not something to worship. It is just like a calendar.
yeah,
A
yeah, yeah,
calendar
yeah,
indicating the sun's annual cyclical movement between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. It's 6 months out, 6 months in. And what you get is you get 12 months. It's very
yeah,
interesting. It's perfectly timed. It's
yeah. It
beautifully
is.
timed by God. And it's not something to worship. It's just something that comes in its own time, like the Mazaroth. You know, the Mazzaroth comes in its own time. Like it's the same thing, like the astrology.
Yeah.
But it does
Yeah.
serve as like a calendar to mark.
Yeah, like a calendar for
important-
times and dates.
Yes.
I think for time, the Bible refers to like for times and I forgot right now.
Yeah, and
All right.
it's beautiful.
So another evidence of a circling sun, we have data. You know, because they say, oh,
Nice.
the sun call data shows this. Well, this is data also from it's right here, U.S. National Weather Service and CEP, and they removed this projection because it was demonstrating that we live on a. Oh yeah, they removed, man.
Yeah,
That they
they
used to.
just remove it. Like, why would they remove it? I wonder why they would remove this important information.
Exactly. Now you have all the other projections there, except the A map they removed because it's pretty clear. It shows you have here all sorts of data. You have meteorological data, oceanographic data, everything demonstrating that the sun is circling
That
around
is
the flat Earth.
interesting. That's
Yeah,
like a real time representation of what they used to show. Like
yeah.
that's they would
Actually,
show the water, the air. That's interesting.
exactly.
Temperature. That's
Yeah,
important information.
the waves you see here, it's real time. It was recorded in 2018 when they still had it, but they removed this projection. But it is all real time data. It's real time data.
That's cool. Like that's cool. They have it like that, but they took it down.
Yeah.
I understand why they took it down because it's their religion prohibits this sort of information.
That's right. All right, so let's watch this stuff here on the Vedic astrology. Just for as I said, I'm just explaining what they believe. This is the second part. It's directed to Nachi. So let's watch this. Let me get
just to help people understand some of the kind of concepts of Vedic astrology. This one is actually really simple and but in a way kind of quite profound in the sense of we're very used in the Western tropical astrology. There is a phenomena, this is a scientific phenomena, which is known as the precession of the equinoxes. And essentially what it means is the star signs, in terms of it's the stars that actually give the characteristics and the flavor of what we would identify as star signs. Now they're referred to as fixed stars, but actually, slowly but surely, those fixed stars are moving backwards in the sky by 1 degree every 72 years.
The sky is divided into the 12 compartments called houses. The 12 houses are the sky, and the space, the literal space it has, is the Rashi. Why there are only 12 Rashis? Because it is dependent on the movement of the sun and moon. All the revolving objects in the sky, think about it like a clock. Sun is a shorthand of the clock, and moon is the long hand of the clock. So to come from 12 to 1, the long hand has to complete all the 12 signs. In fact, the clock has also been derived from the sun and moon.
There are 12 such constellations around the Earth which lie more or less uniformly on a circle. Their English names are respectively Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. These constellations are the main basis for Hindu zodiac. These divide the sky into 12 sectors, 30 degrees each, and the sectors are known by the names of these respective constellations. Since these zodiacs of Hindu astrology are defined in relation to the stars, it's also called sidereal zodiac. Here, the outer circle represents the Hindu zodiac, which is defined from fixed stars and is sidereal. This inner circle represents the western zodiac and is defined from the equinoxes and solstices. As time progresses, the sidereal zodiac is relatively fixed, while the tropical zodiac keeps precessing. These two zodiacs were perfectly aligned with each other many hundred years ago, somewhere between 200 to 550 AD. Unlike Western zodiac, the Hindu zodiac is relatively fixed and it maintains its relationship with distant stars.
All right, so we see there. No, they follow what you say. They go back 1 degree every 72 years.
No. They got some. They said that incorrectly. I mean, a lot of what they said was correct in the video, but the idea that somehow the zodiac is moving 1 degree every 72 years—that's pseudoscience. That was probably
It goes
the lie.
back, right?
No, that was probably the lie given to the Hindu people after the most recent cataclysm. Polaris is
Okay.
not moving. Okay, Polaris has not moved.
Oh no,
ever.
Polaris. Did she say the Polaris was moving? No, did she say that?
Yes. That's why I said I enjoyed the video. Most of the information was correct, but the idea it's another idea to say that the Earth is tilting or moving. To say 1 degree every 72 years. So therefore, it is pseudoscience. So therefore, because they included that, I would give them not even like a C. I would give them.
Oh, I know why. Because they have adapted to the globe model. That's why.
Yes. So do you understand what I mean? I would give them a D-
I understand
grade on that.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
they did include correct information about how the equinoxes are, how the constellations move, but it's not 1 degree every 72 years. That's an idea that is connected to a moon map of Earth. That the moon is somehow a map of Earth, and we're only looking at a little part of it, and every 72 years it moves 1 degree. Understand how they're connecting that pseudo-religious scientific information? It was just the lie given to the Hindu people after the most recent cataclysm, or whoever that astrology was. The truth is, Polaris has like a less than 1 degree arc in the sky, like it kind of turns in the sky. It's in its spot. It does not move from its spot. It stays in its spot. Just like that's probably why they also destroyed the Georgia Guidestones, because it was a modern monolith trained on Polaris, and they could not have that exist for 72 years because it would disprove what they're saying. So for that video, the video introduced correct information, but also introduced pseudoscientific information. D minus.
Yeah, because I think they based on the globe. That's right. I think that's right. So let me go on. So we have here another data that prove that the sun moves, from tropic to tropic. It rotates above, and especially the equator, where it spends twice the time. It only like we have one season here, like summer in the US, and then goes to the equator. It's really hot there, then goes to South America. It's summer there, and then goes back, and then so you have 2 times the amount of heat in this area. And that's proven by oceanographic data, meteorological data, barometric data, physical geographic data, biological data. All sorts of data prove this, this movement of the sun around the equator. Yeah.
Yes, and then the globers misunderstandingly say the Earth is tilting. That's like a theory. But as we see with the stationary position of Polaris, that the Earth is not tilting. It's the sun that moves. The sun's path increases from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn. It's beautiful how God made it. Like what God made, it's beautiful.
It is. So I brought that Indian lady, and because, a lot of people, and they say, the reason I included this lady and this other, because I've been saying the Bible describes the sun in Psalm 19:6 as having a circuit, and these guys, saying that no, it doesn't, the sun doesn't not go around. but it does. So I'm bringing some other people saying the same thing, so they will not attack me as a biblical. Oh, you're just because you're a Christian, whatever. No.
Hey, who
So
cares?
let's
Who cares what people say? Who cares what people
Oh
say
yeah, yeah,
about you,
yeah.
man? I mean, you know
So
the truth. It's like, who cares what they say?
yeah. So let's listen to this lady. She's a Filipino, and she is converted to Islam or whatever.
Does the moon follow the sun or the sun follows the moon? Again, this is flat earth, geocentric topic, along with its incontrovertible data. In this visual, let's have this point of reference, and even our latitudinal motion. We considered the east as a Mediterranean perspective. When you are standing on a shore of eastern Mediterranean Sea, as we trace the trajectory of celestial bodies and observing how they ascend and descend, especially along with our celestial arc. Now, by conducting our observation, especially from single vantage point, by making comparison from solid ground and even the aquatic environment. So we can now witness a rhythm from sun and the moon across the vast expanse of the sky. With our Polaris, it's always steadfastly at the center of everything revolving around it. Our local sun's movement consists of two primary motions, which is the circular motion around the Earth, and the analemma, or what we call the harmonic oscillation. A circular motion involves sun moving on a circular path, where the harmonic oscillation causes the sun to oscillate up and down, right on the dome with our analemma. The period of our sun is 365.25 days, and the moon's spiral motion is similar to our sun and always exhibit a spiral motion, changing center of the moon's motion, and the path that it goes forms an elliptical spiral orbit. The sun makes 28.5 circles in 28.5 days. The moon makes 28.5 circles also in 28.5 days. So each day, the moon lags behind the sun, exactly by 12.8 degrees. So when you are observing the analemma, you have to wait for a little for the moon to arrive at the position, because again, the moon lags behind our sun, exactly like the moon chasing the sun. So let's put it this way. One day is considered 24 hours, but the daily motion of the moon moves 360 degrees. Let's minus that by 12.8 degrees, which now equals to 347.2 degrees. So it's a full period of complete 360. It's gonna be 24 times the 360 divided by 347.2, which is gonna equal 24.88 hours. So which then now equals to 24 hours and 52 minutes to be exact, just to complete its motion. That's why we call it lagging. Assalamu alaikum.
Basically, our cosmology is simple. It's not so complicated like what the modern science claims. We are not a speck of dust in this ever-expanding universe. The Earth is the center of the universe, not the other way around. The order of this universe is simply just the Earth, and all things on the surface of the Earth, and underneath the Earth itself, the sky or the heavens, where all the celestial bodies revolve around it, like the sun, the moon, and the stars, and then there's the kingdom of God above the seventh heaven. There are no planets, exoplanets, aliens, nebulas, galaxies, black holes, or the multiverse whatsoever. They're all just fairy tales which presented with CGI technology by the ruling elites to keep us away from our one true creator. God wants us to contemplate everything that he has created in this universe in an easy way, so that we can always remember how great our God is. He didn't want us to have a difficult time just to think about his creations. All the complexities of the universe in the modern science terms will make us hollow as a human being, and then we incidentally will play God like those so-called scientists did.
Nice.
All right. So, how about those information? Are you in agreement with them?
I would say they get a better grade than D minus. They get like kind of like they get a B minus. That lady, if it is a lady,
it's a Filipino lady.
She makes cool videos, but about the analemma, she is incorrect, unfortunately. The analemma is not, I don't think it's the sun rising in altitude from where it's being projected from. It's actually something that I wanted to talk about with you on your show, like the picture I sent you about that.
Yeah, we will do that. We will do that.
The analemma is the sun's path increasing beyond the equator, and it is our own personal observational dome, like field of vision or azimuthal grid of vision. that will warp the path of the lights above us. So
Okay.
that's why it's not the sun necessarily rising in altitude. However, it is the sun getting further away on the plane. Like its path is just going further away. And that can be demonstrated with glass dome magnifiers representing perspective.
All
So
right.
that's the
So
only
let
thing
me.
I would disagree. Like the lady shared good information, and I like the graphics. But that's just one little thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So continuing, as the stars rotate, and then the sun, which is now in Libra, is going to lag behind the next month. Between October 23rd and November 21st will be in Scorpio. Okay. But,
Yeah.
you know, this is just to make sure that everybody understands that the stars are rotating around the center magnetic pole right here, and the sun and
Yeah.
the moon and everything. And we
Yeah.
live
Yes.
spread out, you know, that's
Yes.
how it is.
From this angle, the stars, they are rotating along with all the other lights. They go in a clockwise manner from this vantage point.
Exactly.
But what to remember, every night, every day, what I call the celestial disk or star wheel does a 1 degree regression every night. That is why the constellations change above the earth in such a manner. And what happens because of that is after a year, the constellation is in the same spot at the same time. That's the beauty of how God made the celestial mechanics to work, is that every day it does a change and it does move in a circle.
Yeah. All right. So let me go on. So there is this sign, Revelation 12, when the Apostle John looked at the sky in, I don't know, when some people say 90 AD, other people say 50 AD. But that's what he saw. He saw the sun was in Virgo. And we know it was daytime because if it was nighttime, the sun would not be in Virgo. It would be nighttime, you know? So we know that his vision was at night. That's the beauty also about it. So I want to play something about the sun here. This is before I was a flat earther, man. I have had this stuff. So look at this stuff here. I don't know if you can, where is it? Eric Dollard. So let me play first this compass thing, and then I'll try to find the other.
Good evening, and evening it is. It's 10:30 at night. See our beautiful sunset out here in the Ross Sea, McMurdo Sound. I'm on Ross Island. That's where McMurdo Science Station is. And I'm going to show you about how compasses work. So here's my compass I brought from home. And there's a difference between magnetic north and geographical north. Geographical north is the North Pole, where all the lines of longitude meet. The magnetic South Pole is going to be where the magnetic pole lines up. And it just so happens that the magnetic South Pole right now isn't even on the continent of Antarctica. It's off of Antarctica. And there's a thing called declination. That's the difference between the two, geographic and magnetic. Currently, it's about 140 degrees difference, which means that if your compass did work, it would lead you in almost the complete opposite direction. So I thought I'd show you this though. Here's my compass, and you can see that white needle is pointing down. Look at, as I'm rotating around, that compass doesn't even spin. The needle stays the same. That white needle is dragging down on the bottom of the compass. So kind of fun to play with, but not real useful. I mean, you could rotate it around and try to get that off of the bottom of the compass, but for the most part, not real useful. Now we have a GPS here. Show you my GPS. It has a compass on it, compass page. And the key thing you need to remember with the GPS is you got to be moving if you want to get the direction that you're going. So if you'll look at this, you can see we're headed about in a southwest direction. And if you look out, you can see White Island and Black Island. And right between those is where the South Pole is. So as long as you're moving, the GPS compass can be reliable. We've used it out in the field on this trip. When we get dropped off by helicopters, we use GPS to know where we're going and how to navigate back and where we're going to get our samples from. If we have any special finds, then we'll mark them with GPS. If we find like seal mummies, you know, dead seals that dry up, possibly hundreds of years old, we'll mark those with GPS. So we'll know where those are at. But there you go. Do compasses work in Antarctica? Now you know.
All right.
Yeah, they're just too far away, right?
Too far away from the center.
That's easy.
Yeah, man. And just, you know, you got to be at least Australia here, but if you go to Antarctica, there's no way. So that proves again that we have a center point, a magnetic pole, the Mount Meru, and we live spread out 360 degrees around this area. Now let's go back to the sun. I have this video, man. I have had it since before I was a flat earther. Very interesting. Don't know if you have seen it before or heard, but pay attention to what this guy is saying. Where is the video, man? I just uploaded here and disappeared again. Man, I just uploaded the video. Don't know why it keeps disappearing. Okay, this one.
So I was the guy with the equipment and everything right there as the thing happened. I studied the whole event over the couple of years that the whole solar cycle built into this alignment. There's no inside structure.
Is it hollow?
Yeah, there's only a surface. There's nothing inside.
Is the sun actually, do you believe, combusting in and out?
It's not burning anything. There's no fusion in the sun. That's well understood.
Proven.
Yeah, well, there's just not the way to prove that there is any. It's only in the flares that you get fusion. That's where all the X-rays. The flares, the arcs, and the X-rays, and the microwaves, and whatever result of fusion in the arcs. There's no fusion in the sun. They don't know how the sun works.
Why do you... What's special? How does the sun make light?
It's a transformer. Transforms from some other dimension. It's not burning anything. It doesn't have to. It's a converter.
Of what?
I don't know. Nobody knows. But that's what it does. That's the only thing it can do, because that's how everything works.
It's transforming from another dimension.
Yeah, you could say it's taking energy from another dimension, counter space. There's no energy, actually. You can't. Most of it you can't even measure in outer space or see.
You can't see.
No, you can't see the sun in free space.
So the sun is not visible in outer space?
Not in free space. It's only invisible when gross matter becomes involved, like the Earth's atmosphere and envelope, whatever. That makes the light. Otherwise, there is no light. You can see the moon, you can see the Earth, but you can't see the sun or can't see the stars. You can see material objects, but you cannot see the sources of light. There is no light until there's a material object.
To reflect off.
So that means there's no time delay. So the whole time delay thing is meaningless. It doesn't take light years. There are no light years because there's no light. So that means that the light you see from the distant stars isn't 4 million years old. All the theories collapse when you can't see the stars in outer space. Yeah.
So,
well, nuclear fission is a religion. It's a law. You know? The world must believe. That's all there is. The sun is an atomic bomb burning in the sky. If you don't believe that, you're going to go to jail.
Okay, now, your theory on the sun?
The sun is well understood in radio physics and studying the ionosphere and sunspots and all that stuff, that the sun does not operate by fusion. They do not know how the sun operates. The fusion only comes out of the arcs, because of the current density. That's where the hydrogen effusion occurs, is in the actual arcs between the flares. The sun itself is not a fusion device.
So the fusion is only in the effect of the
It's a
flare.
converter. Yeah, the sun is a converter from another dimensionality into this dimensionality. And obviously, if you can't see it in outer space, the conversion's not complete until it hits the Earth's atmosphere or other physical object, and then it finally converts to electromagnetic light. Yeah, but you have to get in the Wilhelm Reich about that. Like we were talking about how you can't see the stars anymore.
Yeah. So the sun, would you say it makes its quote-unquote energy through some electrical etheric process?
Yeah, because of its voltage, its position.
Would you call it some kind of etheric lamp? A lantern?
Yeah, it's like a giant Tesla lamp.
You know, in a
converter.
The sun is a converter.
Yeah. It's not burning anything.
So it's an etheric electrical
converter.
And
it's converting from primary force to secondary force.
And the conversion is complete once it hits the upper atmosphere of the
Yeah,
Earth.
then once the emission interacts with physical matter, then it reverts to its reduced form, the waste product, which is heat and light and mechanical activity. But it doesn't start off like that, and its origin is undefined because it comes from what people like to say another dimension. When I studied this stuff in Sonoma State, that's understood, but they have to continue this popular image that the sun is a nuclear bomb burning in the sky.
Scarcity,
because everything's got to work on destruction.
Exactly, burning
Right.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the caloric theory, that's another
Yeah,
big lot of
whatever. It has to
bullshit.
be the laws of thermodynamics. You have to pay.
So
It has to be a meter. If you can't put a meter on it, it's not real.
Do you have any respect for
All right, a lot of interesting stuff, huh?
Okay, my opinion. Okay, that the Muslim girl Erica White did a better job. This guy, he gets like a C- grade. Reason he does have some good information. However, by introducing concepts such as other dimensions and characteristics of the sun converting energy, that it's too much. That is like we can't justify that or even observe that. That guy, the reason also he didn't do a good job is he doesn't understand what the firmament is and the nature of the lights that are in the firmament. I think we have discussed this before, Eddie, about how I think the sun and the moon and the stars, the wandering stars, they are projections of light from the other side of the firmament. So they're in some type of medium on the other side being projected down to where we can see it. And the sun materializes, I'm not sure exactly how high up the sun materializes, just like how the moon materializes for each observer. I would say that's something that people really are understanding, and Globers can never understand it. Flat Earthers can understand it. But like the sun and the moon, they're not rocks. The sun's not burning.
No.
The moon's
Well,
not a rock.
this guy, Eric Dollar, I think this is back from the 90s. And of course, he is a professor at the university. He comes from heliocentric, upbringing and education. So, yeah, but at least he disagrees that the sun is a burning ball of fire, in space. And I like the information. I like the information. Like, if they send those balloons too high, you can't see the stars anymore. Even I do have a video from the Spanish university. They did send a balloon with extremely sensible lenses, whatever. They capture light at night, but if you go high enough, you won't see it. And this guy claims if you also go high enough, you don't see the sun, which is also interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting observation. If that's true.
Yeah.
Like
if you go high.
Yeah, high enough altitude to which not only the stars disappear, but the sun also disappears. That's an interesting observation to make.
It is. All right, so I'm almost done here. So that was the first one. I have another one to present here. This is Guy. I'm going to give him a shout out. He's probably watching me. It's from TikTok. Gregory Colton, shout out to you. Talking about the Antarctica sun, the 24 hours. We will talk about this today. And that he did an interesting presentation on his TikTok channel. So I do want to play it here. Let's go ahead and watch this. It's only 4 minutes long. And then I have just a couple more things to talk about, and then you're going to have the rest of the show. And that's going to be right here.
Okay, now, we all exist within this vast toroidal field, where the geographical north occupies the central point in the middle of the world, and then there are multiple southern parts of the world surrounded in a circular arrangement separated by the tropical gap of the two tropics, Cancer and Capricorn. So between these polar extremity zones of the north and the south lies that transitional tropical gap, marking the shift between the mirrored parts of the world. And this is where the deception of the globe model comes into play. The inner region is perceptible from the northern latitudes, while the outer region becomes observable only from the southern extremities. And this dual observation reflects a parabolic symmetry, where the celestial movements in the southern part of the world mirror those celestial movements in the northern part of the world, just reversed. So each location in the southern part of the world reflects its northern counterpart parabolically, manifesting a dichotomy in stellar observations. Observers in the south witness the stars rotating in the opposite direction compared to those rotations in the north. This inversion is an optical illusion rooted in the different geographical vantage points, yet the celestial bodies still maintain their unified motion around the center vortex. Despite this apparent reversal, the stars rotate continuously along with the planets, the sun and the moon. Their movements are converging toward the north and they are diverging towards the south, embodying the cosmic symmetry of this geocentric system. Now, the celestial dynamics also manifest in the analemma phenomenon, a visual representation of the sun's path over the year and the moon's path every month. In the northern part of the world, observers must direct their gaze toward the south part of the world to perceive that analemma, while conversely, in the southern part of the world, observers must look towards the north to observe that mirrored counterpart. And this opposition underscores the dualistic nature of this system, where we have the two simultaneous, diametrically opposed analemmas, each viewed from opposite parts of the world. They are reversed, yet symmetrical. And these opposing perspectives, influenced by the altitude and the vantage points of where you are at on Earth, highlights the mirrored parabolic reflections of the celestial motions, forming a cosmic conical reversal. At the heart of this system, it is representing a dual magnetic system. Both ends of the magnetic field are essentially the same thing, but with different force strengths, driving the reverse directional refraction that is observed across the different parts of the world, whether the north or the south. Therefore, the northern and the southern part of the world reflect each other in perfect symmetry, with their celestial movements forming distinct yet interconnected halves of the same whole world. This symmetry is observed throughout the day and the year, with the sun's path perpetually bound to the analemma along with the moon. The ancient Egyptians knew about this sun, occupying many places simultaneously, but yet can only be perceived from one perceptional location. Northern observers witness the sun's movement in one direction of alignment, while those in the southern part of the world observe the sun's opposite motion as it moves across the sky. This celestial harmony is visible in the sun's trajectory over the flat plane, ensuring that each observer perceives its motion according to their location and their personal meridian line. Even though the sun is traversing a flat plane, our realm's two-dimensional nature transforms these observations into three-dimensional experiences. The sun and the moon and other celestial bodies seem to rise, move across, and then set over each of our observational horizon, our personal arc of horizon, even though they are all bound within the geocentric system. Furthermore, the sun is not a tangible object, but rather it's an optical conical focal point within the energy field. It moves through the ether, emerging at the convergence of the electromagnetic fields, where the electromagnetic capacitance produces this visible effect of sunlight that we see in the sky. Now, this dynamic accounts for the cyclical nature of the simultaneous diametrically opposed analemmas in the north and the south part of the world. And that pyramidal-shaped representation of the analemma reflects the changing electromagnetic field over the course of the year for the sun, and for the moon it's monthly, symbolizing the sun and moon's movement through the geocentric system on that analemma as it goes north and south, back and forth. The analemma itself is a product of these electromagnetic forces, illustrating how the sun and the moon's path reflects the broader interplay of the cosmic geocentric system. Now, this is why within the geocentric model, the 24-hour sun in Antarctica is entirely feasible. The reasons I've outlined provide the framework for this occurrence. Consequently, anyone located in the southern regions of the world will witness the sun's presence continuously throughout the entire day during these certain times of year, specifically during December. This happens because of, regardless of your exact location in the southern part of the world, the sun will manifest around the bottom portion of the dome firmament, allowing every single person in the south to witness light in some way, shape, or form. The dome's reflective properties causes sunlight to behave in this manner, especially during December, when the sun reaches its lowest point on the analemma. And at this time, the reflective geometry of the dome directs the sunlight in such a way that it creates the effect of a 24-hour sun, mirroring the natural alignment of the geocentric system. So, in conclusion, the mirrored reversed celestial motions and the dual analemmas exemplify the interconnectedness of the geocentric model. Regardless of one's location, the celestial phenomena adhere to a unified symmetrical rotation. This profound symmetry, observed in both the analemma and stellar motions, attests to the geocentric system's inherent order that is grounded in electromagnetic and divine ethereal principles.
All right, how do you like it, this one?
Okay, I gave that guy a C- because he was attempting to correctly describe what the sun is, but I almost gave him a D- for him trying to say that the northern celestial hemisphere is somehow a reflection of the southern celestial hemisphere. And you know, anybody that knows astronomy knows that they're separate. They never coincide, and they're unique. So for that reason, it's like I give him a little credit for that. And there's some good information, but overall, it's like they want to try to figure it out, but they're not keeping it with facts. Everyone wants to know what's happening, but you have to keep it with facts.
Okay. All right, let me move on. I'm almost done here. And then
I hope I'm not too strict, like as grading the people. I don't mean to be too strict.
No. I think he's got some good information.
Yes,
but
definitely.
of course, he got some good information. So
every video.
Yeah, I want to shout out to Zetetic Warrior. So he had a presentation where he brought up the book by Lady Blount from 1906, and the Lady Blount, she got a photograph of someone who believed to be Antarctica, and was he said back in 1906 in the newspaper that there was the midnight sun in Antarctica. So she tried to explain on her book what might happen, like the North Pole right here, kind of what this guy Colton was saying. Okay, as the sun rotates from east to west, it's the opposite here. Okay, so she has this drawing. This is back in 1906. All right. So shout out to you, Zetetic, because I do have this book. I was lazy. I had not read, but I'm gonna print it tonight and read. So I went further, man. I worked this stuff here further. I think, what if it's something like this, very similar to what this guy was explaining, Colton? And I went much further, man. This is the four corners of the earth. You know, you have all the continents that we know. We have here the four corners, which for some people who like the Book of Enoch say, well, the Book of Enoch describes four corners. So we do have four corners. We have this like a gear, you know, and we have here. Oh yeah, look, this is Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing at the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, and that the wind should not blow on the earth, not on the sea, not on any tree. All right. And then we have when he gave the sea's boundary, so the waters would not overstep his command, and he marked out the foundations of the earth. This is the entire circle where the seas are contained, all of them. All right. And so we have this in the sky, this is in the sky, this is in the sky, this is on earth. And putting them all together, when he prepared the heavens, I was there when he set a compass upon the face of the death. So that's what I took it from. No. This is the Bible. The Bible.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Eddie. It's okay. Freemason symbols.
Yeah, well, they took it from the Bible. You know, they took it from the Bible.
I don't mean to critique you like this, but do you think there's four identical southern hemispheres?
No, it's not. I don't know. I'm just saying Proverbs 8:28. When he prepared the heavens, I was there when he set a compass upon the face of the earth. So I don't know what the shape this is. I'm saying square.
What I would do is remove the circles. You know, the four outer and the one middle? Yeah, remove all those circles.
I just leave this one.
Yeah, wait. Have one circle for where the observer is.
Oh, yeah, yes. I understand.
You know
Circles,
small
circles,
it's
yes.
like the celestial disk, it's like a wheel above the earth. Turn.
Right.
It's not multiple different gears. I don't mean to critique you like this harshly.
No. I know what you mean. Look, I presented this last week. It could be like this.
Yeah, this. Like
this,
instead of having
it depends where it depends where you are.
Yeah. So instead of having a bunch of different circles representing all the different vantage points, just have one for the observer, and then you can move that one location up and down the longitude line and show how it changes when you go away from the North Pole and when you go close. That's some stuff I was working on, and I know it is pretty weird, like what's going on with the sky, but it's all about perspective. Oh, that's the picture I sent you.
Yeah, so go ahead now. You can go ahead and make your points.
Okay, this is my 2 cents, okay? This is me throwing my 2 cents into the mix, okay? Now, what I'm looking at on the left, that's our perspective dome, our observational field through which we observe, celestial phenomenon, such as the moon, the sun, the analemma, dual star rotations, anti-crepuscular rays. Now, as we see on the top right, a diagram of the analemma. Now, that's when you look at a vantage point looking at the sun at the same time every day throughout the year. That's how the figure 8 pattern would form in the sky. So to globers, they say that's because, they say that Earth is tilting. But we know because the stationary position of Polaris, the Earth is not tilting. So what is causing the analemma then? The other, I don't know who it was, the lady, Erica White, talking about electromagnetic this and that. No, that's incorrect. It's not the sun going higher in the sky. It's the sun going further away. And as you see on the diagram on the left, it shows where the sun would be for the observer. Now, it's profound how our unique celestial sphere will warp the path of the lights above us. Now, beneath the analemma diagram, I have a picture there of the equatorial star trails. a panoramic video of an observer recording how the stars move from that vantage point. And it perfectly illustrates my point that our perspective, it's profound in how we perceive celestial phenomena.
Yeah, very good.
Like, what do you think?
Yeah, this is, I have a picture of a very old globe with the same thing here. You know, there's an analemma here.
They probably don't want to have it anymore.
No, they don't.
It's true. They used to, they might have used to put it on globes, but they may not put it on globes anymore.
No.
But do you see how I show that? Eddie, you see how I show the dual star rotations? That's like, think of it, one person looking at two star trails. How would that be possible on a globe? It's not possible. It is possible on a. It is possible, however, on a flat, stationary Earth with a celestial disk rotating above, faster than the sun. Remember that.
Yes.
The sidereal day. It's faster than the solar day.
Right.
Right. It's beautiful how God made it. So the stars are moving faster than the sun, right? And then every night it falls back. It regresses 1 degree every night. And then after a year, the star wheel returns to its original place. Beautiful.
You got it. All right. Okay. Now, let's take a 3 minutes break and then we'll come back. I still haven't, man, we got like 200 comments and I haven't been able to.
Hey, are people saying have good questions or are they just trash talkers?
I don't know. I'm going to have to check. Let's take a 3 minutes break. When we come back, we will go and address the chat. Okay. So let me play this song here. Guys, we are here with Matthew Hawkim from Southern California. A lot of interesting people here in the chats today. Thanks for being here, guys. Shout out to Nathan Oakley and all the guys at Flat Earth Debate. I do watch lots of your videos, a lot of shout out. 10th Man, like Nathan Oakley, Brian's Logic, good people. They got a lot of stuff. And now I've been following Nathan Oakley on TikTok. He's been uploading his stuff on TikTok. So lots of people have a lot of very good comments here. Shout out to Earhart, of course. He's always posting some interesting stuff. And now listen, I want to get this over. This about people are being asking me about this rising Earth stuff. Okay, so let me get this over past, and then we will finish just you and I, Matthew. So guys, I am a biblical flat earther. That means I believe what scriptures comes first for me. First Chronicles 16:30. He has fixed the earth firm, immovable. Earth does not move, does not rotate, doesn't go anywhere. Psalm 93:1. Thou hast fixed the earth immovable and firm. Thou did fix the earth on its foundation, so that it never can be shaken. Who made the earth and fashioned it and himself fixed? So we don't live on a spinning ball earth, or we don't live on a ever rising in space. There's no difference between these two models. Okay?
Yeah,
both of them.
What is the propulsion system for the rising Earth? Like, what would make the Earth go up? What?
Imagine like Elon Musk's rockets here.
Yeah, it's just like, why do people think that? Are they just like trying to resolve the idea of up and down?
I think they are just going. They just go against the scriptures. Like scriptures is like the anchor. You have an anchor. Don't let you go astray. don't let the winds take you here and there. When you remove that, when you don't have scriptures, you go in any direction. Oh, this guy is saying this, you go over there. This guy is saying that. So this is another Freemason who had come up with this idea. And people, unfortunately, fell for that. But we live on a fixed earth, and there's no rising or turning or translating along the sun. All right,
Well, think of
Matthew,
it.
now it's
The
all you.
people, well, just the people, there might just be like still thinking about gravity and having a difficult time understanding why there is an up and a down. So the idea that instead of gravity, they just think it's going up, I think that's probably just some propaganda, psyop. Like the moon map of Earth, psyop, like they try to
Yeah.
infiltrate flat Earth people and tell them stupid ideas that aren't based on observable reality.
Yeah.
Just another trick. Like if they can't trick the people about the globe, they'll trick them about something else.
About something else,
right?
You got it.
Right? Whatever else, anything Satan could like trick the people to turn us away from God, the Bible. I think that's what it is. Like not just the idea of flat Earth, but Satan doesn't want us to know anything about reality or God or truth, anything. Satan just wants us to feel miserable and like just hurt and then hurt others. And I'm not with that. I choose God.
Yeah. Scriptures first, man. So as I said, I was, let me just display this comment here. I got it from
let's see the comment.
one of no, this is from I went to when I was at Nachi's channel last week. Here, okay. The guy, that's what I'm saying. Well, I never hid that I'm a Bible believer. I believe the scriptures first. It's been on my page forever. So he said, the moment he said he believes in the Bible, I was lost. So that's the problem. I do believe in the Bible, that the scriptures are my foundation. Above scientists, above speakers.
Foundation.
Yeah, that's my foundation.
The rock. Yeah,
that's
the rock. I understand it.
The anchor, and I'm anchoring there. I'm not going to go straight. The wind's not going to blow in this direction. Rising Earth, ball Earth, moon map. No, it's not.
Yeah, just like I just think of it like this. I mean, the Bible. I know not everybody likes the Bible, but just keep it about facts.
Yeah.
Facts, observable reality. What is reality? Like that. And I know people feel weird about the Bible, so like sometimes conversations get like that because they might hate the Bible for whatever reason, personal reason. So if that's not an avenue that's fruitful, just talk about reality, facts.
Yeah.
Because I know they get upset. I know they get turned off. Not me. I love the Bible. But if that's not an avenue people want to, it's like just talk about facts.
Matthew, I was thinking this week, let's say that the governments of the world finally admit, okay, the earth is flat, some people are, all the stock market is going to collapse. Okay. But my idea, Matthew, that's what I thought a lot about this week. You know what they would do, man? Do you know what they would do? The United Nations, they would start Tower of Babel #2.
It's possible.
I think so, man, because
like
most
that.
people, man, they hate God so much. That's all nations. Okay, Earth is flat. Let's start building this tower and go up there, and
that's an interesting point. Like if God stopped them from building the tower, what do modern Christian globers think God would do to stop them from getting up into the heavens? Which is the exact same principle. They want to build their way to heaven.
Exactly,
like
man.
Either a tower or a rocket, and it doesn't work that way.
So that's my idea, man. I thought like, okay, all the governments, the United Nations would have a special session. So, okay, let's start building another tower, and see what's up there. Let's knock it at the door. Let's invade. Let's destroy. I think
Well, you know
that's what
what?
I thought.
Let me take the opposing side. Let me take the opposing side. What if it was really cool? Like once a lot of people start understanding the truth, and it all points back to God. I think it would be a positive change because we are living under the opposite right now. We're living under the globe model, scarcity, evolution. We could die from a asteroid anytime. We're living under that negative frequency right now. So if it were to flip and become converse of what it is now, I think there could, like, if the government's like, yeah, Earth is flat, deal with it.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it would
it.
be. Maybe it would be opposite. People wouldn't. People would be like, "Oh yeah, honor God. Don't try to go up there." Oh, what does
All
Mike
right,
say?
so
Mike, 1986.
yeah, he's from your right there, Southern California, right?
Yeah, that's my brother Mike.
Oh yeah. I see here.
Mike
Yeah,
Hakeem.
I told you, man. I need to wear glasses. No, someone
No,
is
love you,
asking
Mike.
who you are. Matthew Hakim, he does debates on modern debates. You can watch some of his debates there. So, because I don't think you have a name tag there, so that's why they're asking about. Oh no, you
It's
do
okay.
have Matthew Hakim right there.
Yeah, people
So
know who I am. I'm pretty low key. I don't put myself out there too much. I do enjoy the debates. It's very fun. It's very fun.
yeah,
So check.
so shout out to Brazil. So let me see what's going on in Brazil here. On Tuesday, we will do a live stream with 3 physicists at 6 p.m. They will try to refute the experiment that destroys gravity unmissable. Well, they did do some experiments with thermodynamics, very interesting
How do you
stuff.
how do you say that? Alem? How do you say
Além do
that? Alem?
horizonte, optical. It's like
Oh,
beyond the horizon, the optical
oh.
horizon. Beyond the
Remember to be
optical horizon.
humble. Remember to be humble, Alem. Be humble when you destroy these scientism priests, because that's their
Yeah.
whole life. That's their whole life. So be humble, and you get it, right, Eddie? Be humble with these people. Don't destroy their world. Be kind, destroying their
Yeah.
worldview.
Yeah. Be kind. Yeah. Destroy, but be kind.
Yes, that's correct. So that's cool. Yeah, the
Ah,
physicist. That's like that guy I debated, Dr. Blitz. He's a doctor of physics, a teacher. He lost, but he was more classy than the other guy, Peter Markley. And you know what's funny? I don't know if you saw the debate or not, but he lost in the very beginning of the open discussion. I looked at his experiment and I told him about how he recorded the sun having a curved path through the sky, like the sun has a circular path. And I asked him that. I said, "Do you agree that the sun has a curved path above the earth?" And he agreed. And he lost the debate in the opening because he
yeah.
admitted that the sun has a circular path above the earth, which that relates to today's live stream about the circling sun.
Right.
So that it's very fun. It's very fun, and these people, they don't even understand their own model. So
Yeah.
just try to be humble with them, like be kind to them, gentle, just because it's going to destroy their whole worldview, their whole career, their money.
Yes. All right. Shout out to Crystal Jen in Perth, Australia. So got a good amount of people from Australia here today.
They're not
All right,
upside
so
down, right? They're not upside
Not
down.
really. All right, so let me see. I want to just display this very interesting map. But this is the original map where the Gleason's took his projection from. So this is the J. Steer Christopher. modern college. That's why I had this corrected on my version, because I know it's not modern, it's modern college, Blackheath in England. All right, so this is the real one, scientifically, practically, intelligibly correct without any antipodes. All oceans and seas perfectly level. The Pacific with the Atlantic, the Southern Ocean with the Indian Ocean, and China seas, all uniformly and perfectly level without any redundancy. Entered at Stationers Hall, August 1885. All rights reserved. So this is the original map, and based on this map, Gleason's used this projection, J. That's why we see there on the projection of J.S. Christopher, because this is the guy who originally had the map. All right, this is the. It has the European orientation, of course. He's in Europe. So, guys, if you want to help out, if you can acquire this map here in my store and help out the channel. I will have two sides, and I'm gonna place the link on the chat. So if you guys want to get a map, and all right, so Matt, I'm gonna leave you with the last 5 minutes for your five. Let me see. Yeah, about 6 minutes, so you can just say what you want to
I could
say.
talk about a little bit of stuff.
Go ahead.
Just um, uh, it's easy for us to get like kind of confused about the sky, like what's going on with the sky. Like when we observe celestial phenomenon taking place, when we like monitor the movement of the celestial disk above us, it's easy to understand why people will get confused. And then the globers, they capitalize on that confusion. They say, "Oh, look at this! It must be like this," and it's kind of disgusting in a way that they would manipulate reality to suggest the Earth is a ball, almost like every phenomenon on the Earth we see, whether it's in the sky or even things about the ground, like how we observe reality. And what it all goes back to, I think it's very important to understand that perspective is everything, like how we're viewing these celestial phenomena. And I understand why people get confused about that. Even flat earthers, as we've seen with the video demonstrations you showed, how the different people have kind of different ideas about what's going on. Everyone has different ideas about what's going on. But I always say to bring it back to the facts, observable reality and facts. Let me see, you got a new comment?
That's Iron Horse.
Iron Horse. Hey, what's up,
It's talking
Iron
about
Horse?
the map.
You know, about the map, I'm amazed that the people were even able to construct a map. You know, like how much work went into that, like how many cartographers over the whole human history, like how did they accumulate that?
Well, the Japanese guy who mapped the modern Japanese map, took him 30 years. 30 years, man, to publish his map. You know, especially because Japan has a lot of islands. But that's why maps are not supposed to display celestial data. That's what people have. They think, oh, this is not map because the sun. No. The sun, what the sun does or the stars is one thing. The map is something different. You know, we are using map makers, cartographers. You measure the land going around, so it has nothing to do with the sky.
But you got to admit, there is a relation between the Earth and the sky, as we see with Polaris. And how I would describe the relationship between the sun and the Earth is the subsolar point moving from tropic to tropic. It's a direct relation between the sky and the ground, something that we could observe. Like that is the point that is directly beneath the sun.
Right. All right.
You know, so, I mean, I'm not trying to argue. It's just like there is a relation, like the equator, celestial phenomenon at the equator, like how I showed you in that picture. An observer can see two different star rotations from one vantage point. You know, so the Earth, I would say it's on the longitude line. Like how you show the map with all the circles, just show the map with one observer's point, and how moving that point along the longitude line up and down will change how the observer will see the star trails. That's how we get these perspective distortions that are the southern and equatorial star trails. It's just further from the equator.
All right. So I think I'm going to close with how about the voices around the plane? What do you think?
Eddie, I'm honored to have been in that video. I am honored.
Yeah,
and
very good.
And you know what? Everybody in that video looks like a real human. They look like real people.
Happy people. Happy.
Yeah, like happy, but real people. Like not reptilians, not artificial intelligence, you know?
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Some people ask me to do it again. It's a lot of, it's time consuming, you know. Well, maybe, who knows,
I'd like to be on it
2025.
again. If you do it again, I would like to be on it again.
All right, let's see. Let's hope for perhaps 2025 we will do another one. So let me just find it here. Yeah. So guys, we had Matthew Hakim here. If you want to get more of his information, he's on Modern Debate. He and Iron Horse. I don't know, has Iron Horse done any debates lately? I think he has. I think he has. So
Yeah,
he's on Modern Debate. Okay, on YouTube. So Dr. Bliss is a very controversial guy, and Matthew Hakim debated him. He
How
was
is he controversial?
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna. He was. The thing is, there is this guy called Planet Patterson. Have you seen him? Planet Patterson. Okay.
No.
He has his own YouTube channel. So he had a Discord channel. And I think it's some CP guys. You understand CP, right?
No. What do you mean?
Child.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was hosting some of this stuff there, and Dr. Bliss came on his defense, you know. And then people like say, "Why are you defending this guy? That's what he's doing," you know.
Well, maybe he didn't know, right? Maybe he didn't know specifics.
Yeah, maybe he didn't know, but he disappeared from TikTok. Dr. Blaze, I haven't seen him TikTok because of that. After that,
well, I mean, to defend Dr. Blitz, I would say he's not a trash talker. The other guy on my most recent debate, Peter Markley, he's a trash talker. But Dr. Blitz was actually like a scientist, not a trash talker. So I don't know anything about what they're doing.
All right. So guys, we're gonna close the show. Voices around the flat earth. A lot of people from all over got together 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We put this video together. And Matthew is in need. So thanks for everyone for being here. I think next week, Flat Earth Reconnaissance will be here with us, talking about Hebrew, the real translation, some of the stuff concerning Flat Earth.
Can you ask him about the Messiah in the Torah?
All right. Hey, Matthew, I think he's really open to talk to anybody. Perhaps you and him can get together, man.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm not a hater.
He wants
I'm not
to
a hater.
Yeah, and he's open. He talks to anybody. You know, he wants to talk with Eric Bay or Christians, Jews, or Muslims. He wants to talk to anybody about Flat Earth. I mean, he loves Flat Earth, so he's open.
Yeah, he's cool. I saw some of his videos. He's cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you, Matthew, for being here. You know, I hope before the end of the year, I hope to have you back. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would like to be the first person to debate about the final experiment. Maybe a team debate. McToon and Will Duffy versus like maybe me and Flatzoid.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know him, or maybe I don't know any. I would like to be like the first person to destroy that.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
Okay. So Matthew, thanks so much, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and knock you off. We'll be in touch.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Take it easy.
All right. So guys, thank you. Thanks guys for being here today. Try to talk a little bit more about the circling sun. We have way more evidences of a circling sun than any other evidence, right? The stars telling us the story. Right now, the sun is going to X Libra and going to Scorpio, rotating around the flat Earth. There's a lot of evidence about it. I'm going to close the show with this Voices Around the Flat Earth. A lot of people got together and we all gave our testimonies about our flat plane. Thanks again. I hope to see you back next week. Support the channel. Visit the Flat Earth Bungee store. Get a map, t-shirt, anything. And see you guys next week. Let's go ahead and close with this.
Hello everyone, Sergio from Southern California, and I just want to let you know that the Earth is proven to be flat, and God right above the firmament.
Hello, my name is Kenny. I'm from New York. The Earth is not a spinning ball. NASA is pure deception. They robbed us of our divinity, and the Earth is definitely flat.
Welcome to Japan. The Earth is flat.
Hey guys, Happy New Year from Austin, Texas. The Earth is flat, NASA lies. Be aware, do your own research, don't fall into it.
Hello, I'm Daniel from Croatia, and I believe the Earth is flat.
I know the Earth is flat, and NASA lies.
Hey, my name is Jessica Lane from England, UK. The Earth is very, very flat. Yeah, bigly sum up. For one simple reason, which the Globers can never dispute. Surface level water cannot bend. And if the Earth is 70% water, means we are a flat level plane. It's impossible, yeah? Amen.
Yet it is flat.
Greetings from Germany. The Earth is flat.
Hi, I'm Catherine and I'm from Tasmania. As you can see, I am not standing upside down on a spinning ball at a 134-degree angle. Remember, NASA was never a space agency. Earth is flat. I'm a flat earther.
And hello, this is Rob Flat Plane Earth in Salt Lake City, Utah, northeastern Arizona, southwest Missouri, Seoul, Korea, Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan, Maputo, Mozambique, Kampala, Uganda, and Campudari, Kuwait. If 70% of the Earth is covered with water, that means 70% of the Earth is as flat as a fishbowl.
Hello guys, this is Fake Flip from Porto Alegre, Brazil. I'm here to tell you that Earth is really flat and shut. Waves in the ocean, they are two-dimensional. And also the tsunamis, they never wrap around Antarctica. There's no diffraction in Antarctica. Earth is really flat, guys.
Hi everybody, this is a view from Tilburg in the Netherlands, from a 12-story building where I live. I wanted to show you this because, as you can see, the Earth is flat.
La NASA mente e la Terra è piana.
Hi, I'm José Paulo from Santa Catarina, Brazil. And from my place here, as you can see, the world's still flat.
The sun is close, the earth is flat. 太陽は近い、地球は平ら。
Hi, this is Carl from Christchurch, New Zealand. The Earth is flat.
Wambui, here in New York City, the Earth is flat. When I really think about it, all things considered, flat Earth is the only thing that really makes sense.
Gente, tudo bem? Eu vim aqui falar para vocês que eu e minha família, a gente acredita na Terra plana. O que a Terra é, gente? Plana!
Hello, I'm Matthew Hakeem from Fullerton, California. And yep, the Earth is flat.
Hi, I'm Erica. I'm from the United States. And I'm here to say the Earth is flat.
We're the drivers.
From Texas.
NASA lies.
The Bible says there's a firmament.
And we believe the Earth is flat.
Hello, it's John Bailey from New Zealand. The Earth is flat.
G'day my fellow flat earthers and truthers. This is my P1000 Globe and NASA killer. I'm Adam from Australia. It's flat, y'all.
Thanks everyone for sending me your videos. Earth is a motionless plane. Keep it flat, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.